In this lesson, you're going to learn how to play the song Stand By Me by Ben King, an all-time classic. And at the very end, I've got a really cool bonus for you. So hang in there with me. Let's do it. Hi there, I'm Thomas Michaud from Real Guitar Success. Stand By Me is not only a great song to learn, but it's a great lesson in what we call common chord progressions. These are orders of chords that go together, in this case 4 chords, that are used over and over in many popular songs. I'm going to start off showing you the chords, and a special part of this is I'm going to show you neat ways to get from one chord to the other that you can apply to many of your songs. Then I'll show you a strumming pattern that you can add to this. We'll play it all together, and then I've got a cool bonus for you at the end. The first chord is a 4-finger G chord. Now, of course, you can play this another way if you know it, but there's a reason I'm using this form of the G, and I'll show you in a minute. This is with the second finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, the low string. Then the first finger goes on the 2nd fret. And I've got my 3rd finger and pinky right next to each other on the 3rd fret of both the 2nd and 3rd strings. Now, I'm playing all the notes, and the bass note is in the low 6th string. From here, I'm going to go to an E minor. Now, watch this. I'm going to leave my first finger where it is and move the 2nd finger next to it. Now, you can also leave your 3rd finger right there, which you'll see the significance of that in a minute. That does make it actually an E minor 7, but it sounds good, so don't worry too much about that. I'm going to go with this version. The next chord is a C chord, and I'm using a version of a C chord, not the traditional folk style C chord. And of course you can use that if you really want to. But watch this. I'm going to move these 2 fingers around and form the C, or also called the C add 9. A lot of people just say it's a version of C. Now I've left my 3rd finger there, and that's why with the E minor, there's some value to just making that E minor 7th chord, leaving the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret. I happen to like that sound, and I think it fits with the song. Now, for the D chord, the final chord, I'm going to leave my 3rd finger there again, switch these 2 fingers around, and form the D chord. This finger, the 3rd finger, becomes an anchor if you do it this way, and it makes it easier to switch from one chord to the other. The bass note here, by the way, is that 4th string. That's a D note. So let's go through it one more time. Try to follow along if you can. First, the G, 4-finger G chord. Next comes the E minor, or E minor 7 if you're inspired. So did you notice how I left my 1st finger and the 2nd finger just went right next to it? Pinky comes off. Now for the C chord, I'm going to move these 2 fingers around and leave that 3rd finger right where it is. By the way, you could put the pinky back down. It's still the same chord with a little different arrangement. I like it with the pinky off. Now for the D, 3rd finger stays there, and these 2 fingers switch around. Now, if these are new to you, I'd encourage you to practice a couple at a time switching from one to the other. And you'll see it actually comes fairly easy. I know some students look at that 4-finger G and say, oh, 4 fingers, that's more advanced. I actually find it easier than the 3-finger G with my pinky, which is my 2nd most used form of the G, because the 3rd finger and the pinky together make it stronger and easier to hold up. Now we're going to practice it in the form of the song. This song has these 8-bar segments that keep repeating over and over. 8-bar is the same as measures. Each measure gets 4 pulses. So we can practice it by strumming the chord once and counting the 4. That'll kind of hold the place of the 4 pulses. It'll make sense when you do the strum with it. So we're going to try it together in a second, but I want to explain the form that we're after. We're going to do 2 Gs, 2 bars of Gs. That means we're just going to strum it once and count to 4 2 times. Then to the E minor, same thing, 2 times. 1 bar for the C, 1 bar for the D, Then at the end, I do 2 bars of the G again. Now, when you hear it going around in the cycle, it sounds like a long time on G, but really it's 2 in the beginning and 2 at the end. So when you start over, it sounds a little bit longer. It's 2 more starting again. So let's try it together. It'll make more sense. We're going to do 1 strum and I'll count to 4 and that'll be 1 measure. Here we go. On the G, make your G chord. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor. I'm going to leave my 3rd finger there. 2, 3, 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for the C. 2, 3, 4 to the D. Remember, 1 on C and 1 on D. 3, 4. And now 2 on G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it starts over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. You see where that long G comes in? 4, E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C. 1, 2, 3, 4 to D. 1, 2, 3, 4. And G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's time to add a strum. Listen. This strum is 1 measure long. It's going to be down, slap, and that's 1 strum. It's probably easiest to get it by listening to me and then imitating. But I'm going to give those who like a little intellectual process a way to count it out. We're going to use a system to count 1, 2, 3, 4, but in between I'll use and to indicate the second half of the beat. So this is how I would count that. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Slap on 4. 1, slap on 2, and then on the end of 2, and you strum down 3, and then slap on 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and. The hardest part is that 1, 2, and. So just try that with me. We're going to make a G chord, so we're all together. And on the 1, I'm going to go down. On the 2, I'm going to slap. And then on the second half of the 2, strum again. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, hit it. 1, 2, and. That's what we're looking for. Do it again. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, and. One last time. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, and. And then we're going to go on. Now we're going to go 3, 4 is another slap on 4. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Slap. Try it. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Good job. Okay, now we're going to put it all together. We're going to strum and I'll play the song and I'll add the lyrics just so you can tell where we're at. I'll also try to call out the chord changes so it's a kind of a practice portion of the video. You can either play along with me, which I encourage you to do that, or if you want, you can watch me and then come back at it and try it again later. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. Start over again. Darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Won't you stand by me? Second verse. If the sky we look upon should ever tumble and fall, oh, the mountain should crumble to the sea. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. Darling, Recognize that? One of the most iconic riffs in modern music. That's the riff from Stand By Me. And I'm going to show you how to play it, even just for fun, whether or not you want to add it to the rest of the song. Okay, we'll start with the first phrase on the 6th string. We're going to go open, then the 2nd fret, and then the 3rd fret with the 3rd finger. Hit that twice. You'll notice I dampened the string. That meant I stopped it from ringing with my 3rd finger by lifting it off slightly. It sounds like this. Now the second half of that phrase, instead of going up to the 2nd fret, I just go low open and then back to the 3rd fret. So altogether, it's open, open, 3rd finger. That's the first phrase. On to the 2nd phrase. Now we go backwards from the 3rd fret to the open string. Then over to the 5th string with the 2nd finger, 2nd fret, and back to the 6th string. You'll notice I had to dampen the string a little differently this time by touching the string with my left hand, because when I played the open string, I didn't have a chance to just lift it off and stop the string from ringing. Let's do that phrase again. Open, mute, 5th string, open. Now the next phrase, I go up the 5th string, over to the 4th string, open. Let's do that much. The 5th string going up to the 2nd fret and the 3rd. Here we go. Open, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, mute, 2 times, over to the 4th string, 2nd fret, open, and mute like we did on the 6th string because it was open. Now the final phrase, the 4th phrase, back to the 6th string. And repeat that. And that's the entire lick. Let's do it one time through and connect them together. You can go ahead and play along with me. I'll go slow. Start with the open 6th string. 2nd, 3rd. Now open 3rd. Going down. 5th string. Back to open 6th. Up the 5th string. Over to the 4th. Open. And down to the 6th string. Again. I learned this from listening to the original Ben E. King recording of Stand By Me. He's playing it in the key that's a half step up. If you wanted to play the recording, you could just put a capo here on the 2nd fret and do the same thing. So that's it for today's lesson. Did you learn something? If you did, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want exclusive lessons and tips, head on over to my blog at thomasmichaud.com. That's Thomas without an H. And sign up for my newsletter. It's free. Now, I want to turn it over to you. What did you think of those chords? Do you like the way those chords fit together and with that anchor finger? Or would you prefer the more folk-style traditional chords there, like the traditional folk-style C chord? And how about that strum? Did it seem doable, or would you prefer I taught an easier strum to go with the song? Let me know in the comments below right now.